So here today, the absolute legend Zombina allowed me to use his account again to showcase Mary and mix it in with Neon, because I didn't pull Neon. You clearly saw that last video. I recommend watching it. It was a blast. And again, it was mainly me just memeing around. I know I pulled something decent. Like, I'm not going to spoil it if you want to watch that. But, you know, it's funny that the character I was, like, really looking forward to for summer, I died on. That's crazy. just to me, that was hilarious. But we're gonna try and like mess around here with the Union like raid testing function, and then we're gonna try out the Nikke solo raid. So we're gonna see how this character does. I'm genuinely curious. I'm hoping she's decent, but we'll find out now. So like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's jump into this. Let's have some fun. All right, so I formulated some sort of team here. I don't know. It's gonna work. We're gonna try it out. No water comp yet. But we're using Mary over there. We're using Neon, Blanca Noir, Modernia, and that's like my team comp I want to try. Now I'm super curious on how this works, right? So we just got our eyes blessed over there. We have this. Now we should use Neon's burst here. So let's see this. Outstanding burst animation. Now let's switch over to Neon here. Yo. Yo, that video showed so much more splash damage than what we got there. What was that burst? What the hell? What is the cooldown? Is that a 40-second cooldown too? Damn, she has a 40-second cooldown on top of that. I didn't know that. I forgot that. But yeah, remember you have to burst what 3 times to get her max stacks and max benefits. So keep that in mind. But I mean, beyond that, I wonder what the damage is. We'll check afterwards. In 39 seconds, we'll check. Let's just do like a damage report right now. How are we doing? 6.7. Put up a decent number, right? 3.4, 2.8, 4.9. So, I mean, I guess, right? So her burst sucks. People were like, Modernia, Modernia who? We have a better Modernia now? Nah, not at all. That burst was whack. But let's see. I'm curious what she does after this. Right? So we'll let the matchup end here. We'll see how much kind of damage came up from it. Again, remember, we are running Mary, so Mary is buffing a hardcore to this character, right? Is that only in when it's type advantage? Is that how it works too? But let's see. 12, 23 over there, 10 over there, 5 and 6. Healing again that way. This was there. So, I mean, again, these characters aren't well built. Keep that in mind. So, I want to test in like an actual content. We can actually see how she does. So, let's head there. All right. So this is where the showcase actually matters. This is where it actually matters. Challenge mode. I'm over here. We're gonna see what these characters can kind of come up with. So this is the team that he usually runs. I'll swap it up real quick. Let me see what I can do. All right, so we're gonna try this out again. Realize that's the gear, so we're not running too much good gear, and that's the stats over there. That's that, and then again the gear over here is not too great, right? So keep that in mind. But we will see how this does. I'm genuinely curious. So remember, how does her kit work? Let me just make sure I'm doing this correctly, right? This is effect. So activates when using the burst skill. When you use the burst skill, the part damage increases by 7%, and it stacks up all the way to 21%. About right. And then, what is it? After activates when entering burst stage 3, affects self. Correct? So once you do that, the damage of strong element will increase 12, 12, and 12, 36 altogether on stacks. Right? So that's that. And then, what is this? Change the weapon use. Damage, 8%. Yeah, that burst seems super underwhelming. People were like, Modernia who? This is a better Modernia. What the fudge? Yeah, it's far from that, dog. Splash over there was so miserable. All right. Let's see. Let's see how this goes, bro. Let's see the beautiful Nikke animation here. And remember, this should shred. Theoretically, this team should absolutely shred. Like the duo combo here between what you got with both Mary and what is it? Why do I forget her name every time? Neon. Sorry, it took me a second there, but she should be doing absolute crazy damage. All right. So far, let's see the damage, but. Again, our damage to part should go nuts, but we'll burst in a second here. Right? Here we go. I haven't fought Nikke in a while, so this is like the 5 stage, right? Take that. Everything's good. Keep going here. I have to keep aiming at the parts, right? Because, you know, after every burst, we stack damage on that. So we should burst again here, right? If it actually works. Give it a second, give it a second, give it a second. There we go, burst, burst. And then we didn't get Neon's, because Neon didn't even get a time to like burst again, which is crazy to me. Or no, she did. I'm on the way, never mind. She did get to burst. It was last second, right? So there you go. There you go, there you go, there you go. Taking care of this. Missed that one, damn it. But take care of those. Let's just see real quick. Damage output right now. She's doing 2.6 million. Okay. Remember, she should be clapping this content. She's getting the buff. She's supposedly supposed to be really good. So she should be doing like on par or somewhat if you were to consider with Modernia or Noir. Right? In some sort of capacity. And no, now she bursted again, right? This burst sucks. It's as if you don't want to burst with her. It's like after you burst 3 times, you get max stacks, don't burst again. That's what I'm like understanding here, but she should kind of shred, right? She should be doing like insane damage against the parts. So if I aim here perfectly, let's see. So there's the kill. Now I'm curious.
If you're hurt anywhere, come find me.
I mean, she did 4 million. I can't complain about that, right? But like, I expected a lot more, right? She's supposedly like and again, like you have to understand the Modernia on this account also is not like insanely built. So imagine if I did put the time and effort, and like that would be way higher, right? Like in comparison, Modernia isn't heavily built in this account. Like if I was running on my account, you would see the difference. You would see it, right? Because my Modernia is like I've invested so much time and effort into making her like an insanely built character. Because I think that Zambina doesn't really run Modernia like that. But a lot of his characters that he does run, they are very stacked. Okay, so I mean, if I were to show it to you in my account or any other thing with like a very well built Modernia or a character like on the opposite there, I don't know if she's doing too good here. She's getting buffed. Realize that too, right? So she's in a content where she's supposed to shred, but her DPS is sorely like lacking. Like that's not good. But and again, like you have to realize, look at what she's providing heals and doing all this, and she's again not well built, right? His Blanc is very well built in comparison, because we have a skill like her skills high up there. So for what it is, she's still putting up good numbers, right? 600 is only a little bit less. She's about half of what this is, and she's supposed to be like the main DPS. And her burst just seems so whack. Like her burst is so awkward. But let me try and formulate some other team here. Maybe I can show you a little bit better. Okay, not to discredit the showcase anymore, but I didn't have even proper like the cube on what is it, Modernia over here. So she still put up that number, and again, I'm telling you, if I was on like a very stacked, like again, relatively speaking, yeah, the DPS over here, let's say, is Modernia. Again, she's not like well built, right? In comparison, it's like about similar gear. It's not a character he's focused on, right? So let's say, I don't know, man. I'm not proud of what damage she put up, but again, I could be wrong. I'm testing out loud here, and again, she's also kind of underbuilt. I don't want to like give any discrediting. I can't speak discrediting. I am worried that she sucks. That's all it is. But I expect a lot more. Again, you have to realize she's getting buffed by basically everyone to do this damage, right? And Modernia, who's not getting any buffs in the slightest because Mary doesn't buff her, correct? Mary only is buffing. What is it? Mary is only buffing Neon, and Neon is basically buffing each other. They're both buffing each other, right? So, I don't know. I don't even know. So, let me aim at the feet this time. Maybe it's a little easier to aim. But I'm genuinely curious. So, for what it is, I don't know if I'm liking it. All right, now I could be wrong. Please realize this is just me testing. This is my first impressions. People love to always like, oh my god, he's not testing it properly. I'm trying my best here. I'm just this is very initial testing. All right, again, I could be off, but let's see. Why is she half of what that is? Why is she half of that? Like, she's supposed to be like the DPS. And I'm perfectly, I think I'm perfectly doing everything right. I don't know, right? Like, am I getting like the kits wrong here or something? Like, look at this, ready? Noir is a shotgun character putting up better damage on this stage here. Are you kidding me? I don't know. Boys, let me know down below. I'm just curious. Maybe I'm undershooting her like terribly here. I haven't seen any opinions yet on her, so I'm curious if anybody else agrees. But I'm gonna quickly open up my Discord and see if there's anything there. But for what it is, I mean, I don't know. I just personally expect a little bit more because it's like you should be kind of competing somewhat with Modernia. And again, you have to realize that before someone says, "Oh, that Modernia is built," that Modernia is not built, right? In comparison to like what you would say a built character is. I mean, and I hate this burst. I would literally actively not want to burst again. So remember, we're at max stacks now on the burst. We are currently max stacks. Alright, let's stop real quick. 4.7. She's half of what Modernia is. Let me just check something. I'm gonna pull up her kit here on my other monitor, just to, like, verify, because there might be something I'm doing wrong here, right? So Mary, basically, when Mary activates when using burst skill, affects all water code allies. The damage as strong element goes up by 20, 13, and 8%. That's the first buff. Got it? That's the first buff to keep in mind. Now, that's just for Mary buffing Neon and herself, obviously, right? But then when Neon enters burst stage 3, you will kick up once 20%, 20%, 20%. Like, is this like a long form content? You have to like keep waiting for it. And then the damage, because each time we burst, we're increasing 12%, 12%, 12% for 20 seconds. But it's as if I don't see that pop off like that, right? Like, it's crazy to me. Like, logically, Mary is a support character. She's supposed to be healing and not doing anything more, and she's almost on par with what Neon is. She's at 2.7 million. She's only 2 million off. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just saying too much out loud. I want to test the character more, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Like, waifu wise, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I wouldn't regret summoning. I wouldn't. I still want her. Regardless of what I say to you, I would still pull for her, which is sad. People are gonna go like, "Oh, see, he's down miserable." But regardless of what I tell you, I'd still pull for her. Just because aesthetic-wise, she's a 10 out of 10. But if you're looking for a character that like we thought was gonna be like broken, I wouldn't say broken, but she puts up very low damage. I'm gonna check community opinion real quick, boys. I'll be right back. All right, boys. I checked the community opinion and I'm back. Dude, she's getting shredded out everywhere. Oh my god, I'm in the Discord, the official Discord, and people are ripping her apart. Yeah. I could have told you that by just looking at it for a second. It doesn't really seem that she's that good. It's like she's hitting like a wet noodle. I'm so confused on what the fudge happened. Again, she's not built. I want to make sure that's clear. And maybe when you build her and like give her a little bit of love, maybe it gets better. But for what it is, I'm definitely not impressed. Okay, that could have been way better. That could have been way better. Okay, but I will still say that I would have pulled. I would still pull. I want her, so I did say that I'm not going to pull anymore, but I'm going to amass that. I'm not going to use pity. I'm not using pity, no way. But I will put a multi-tier 2 in still, because I care about the aesthetic, and she has the aesthetic. I'm telling you now, she does. All right, she has the aesthetic. But does she have the meta capabilities? Yeah, no, definitely not. From what I see and what I read, everybody's like begging for a buff. But from the testing, she does put up a concernably low number, and her burst is bad. It sucks, dog. It doesn't even feel like it does anything. And that showcase, it was such a bait. They were showing us if it like had range to it. It's like it did something, right? No. People said, oh, you got a Modernia carry. Modernia who? Better Modernia. Here you go. No way, dog. So, yeah, again, I don't want to, like, doom post, but that was bad. I don't know if I'm wrong, though. So you let me know what you think. Definitely, I could be wrong. And again, this is just initial testing, so I definitely want to put more effort into the character. And again, realize that some characters also in the showcase weren't built properly. So if I were to put all that together, you may get a better character, but it depends, all right? If I were to max out, like, Mary and Neon skills, at any point, if you max out any character, they're going to do good. But for what she was, like, if you looked at Blanca Noir day one, they shredded. You looked at Modernia, Dorothy, you looked at whatever it was, D, you looked at... Even Sakura wasn't that bad in comparison to this. This was just weird. Like, some characters that I tested day one, they weren't bad. Just this, it's kind of iffy. So do keep that in mind. But for what it is, yeah, I don't have an opinion. So I'll catch you soon, and I'll alert you more in-depth guide. In-depth, all right? This was just initial thoughts. So let me know what you think down below.